Love how it delays itself nowadays with that scene swap. But anyway, this game again. Let's give it a hype introduction because we're not going to have the same bloody bug again. But here he is, the man with incredible amounts of sportsmanship shown, giving Luvnest a rematch after that Zis bug that Luvnest suffered. It is indeed Asiamint playing as the OKW.
And up against him will be the old lucky Luvnest, who's got another chance, another bite at the cherry in this game. He's 1-0 behind in this series. And in game 2 now, he'll be participating in probably one of the first best of 3.5 against Asiamint. And as North Soviets, he's got another chance. Will he go guard motor again? I don't know. But what's for sure is we'll see some expert gameplay, and seeing another Luvnest Asiamint game is never a bad thing, eh?
No, it was fantastic. It was absolutely brilliant. Just hoping that Asiamint, because he decided to do it, maybe he's not going to be tilted whatsoever. If it's him that's saying, yeah, rematch, whatever, he's not going to be tilted. That's in his control. It's his destiny. So if he can do it again, it'll be fantastic for him, and I hope he does. For moral reasons, let's say. That would be awesome.
Interesting cap in order from Asiamint. I didn't realize it in the first game, but the Sternpire is going straight towards the immune cap, and Volksgrenadier backing away behind a good green cover to see what comes in on his opponent's field. Luvnest, but yeah, definitely different movements already in this rematch. It's good to see.
Ardennes assault style, crossing the river there with the Stern Pioneers pushing straight through the centre of the map and looking for their first foe. And rematches are often eerie things, Ed. It's often like both players have seen what they have to offer, and do they go for a different strat? And Luvnest he's gone for Penal Battalion, he's going for M3. He's looking to take advantage of this change-up and go for something completely different.
Excuse me there, yeah. It's going to go old Flamethrower and Clown Car and apply liberally to the OKW infantry forces on retreat paths. Asiamint does not have any doctrine with Panzer Fusiliers, so it's going to have to do this the old-fashioned way.
Meanwhile, Volksgrenadiers just watching on and pushing up down the south. We've had a cap in the centre. Luvnest, of course, with his reduced forces for now, doesn't have much, but here he goes. He's going to combine a penal. He has an M3. He has a penal in an M3. Clown car. I should have said clown car. Damn it, Ed.
I don't know.
That joke could have been better. You sensed that immediately.
There's no right.
There's a great meme on Reddit this morning. There's this great meme on Reddit this morning about universal carriers. I urge you to go and check it out. It was pretty funny.
Alright, cool. And what I like as well, no players crying over spilt milk, just both getting back on with it. And that shows something as well about experienced 1v1 tournament players, is their mindset and good sportsmanship. So I hope deservingly this game 2 now is going to be off the hook and amazing. Deserves to be. A lot of damage though for that said M3 clown car, and penals have to pop out. That's a lot of penetration from the front by the Volks rifles.
Penals in the bushes, watching on as the Volksgrenadiers surround them. And in this case, the bushes are indeed talking, but they know about it and they're advancing on them through the crater. Penal battalions are forced away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be gone, you cod campers in the bush. Big old Volk blob to the face will sort that. And it's interesting to see Asiamint. He's gone for 4 Volks again. Oh, and he's going mechanized again. Okay, I thought we might see a really early battle grouper and flak half track. Maybe change it up, but nope. Wants to go for that. So it's just Luvnest with the change of build.
Combat engineer Ed. This combat engineer Ed is in the bad part of the neighbourhood because he's got a horrendous retreat path. Stern Pioneers, River, 2 Volksgrenadiers. Not too shabby.
That was a very fortunate retreat path. Took the wide ring back to home. Okay. Locks out a bit there.
3 Volksgrenadiers versus Penal, but here comes the Flamer M3.
Yep, no Faust just yet. Mechanized still being built. It's only about 5 seconds away from being completed though. This could be a nasty surprise to Luvnest. Asiamint does have the fuel for double Faust. Here they come.
Here it comes through the bush.
Oh,
1, 2, and it's taken out, and he gets very lucky to survive there.
Gets away, yeah. Nope, there's another squad. Oh no, he's sitting down on his shots. He's going to wipe the penal instead, perhaps.
Oh, he
Yes,
gets
and
him!
He does. Brilliant. That's
Folks
the
Grenadier
definition
across the
sitting down
river
on
with those Core 98s gets the kill on the penal battalion.
Well played, Asiamint. So it took us, what, 19 minutes to get a wipe last game? 5 in this one. Brilliant play, pushing everything to extremities of the squads there.
Here we go, Fallschirmjägers dropping in from the sky above. And this isn't Crete, it is indeed Western France.
Cries of Luvnest go off in chat, but that was just brilliant play there from Asiamint. And now 2 CP Fallschirmjägers dropped in. Could go from strength to strength here, Matt.
Absolutely could. Fallschirmjägers behind the bush. Combat engineers really are trying to hold the line for as long as they can. Somehow all of them survive, and they do indeed lose the fuel cutoff. Meanwhile, however, always, as ever, Ed, as soon as they lose one cutoff, they're actually taking their opponent's fuel at the same time. Yeah. That's top level for you.
Yeah, I know. If I'm doing more than 2 things at once, better believe I've totally brain AFK'd on one of the squads. So just go and nade, especially against commandos. But no, this has been really quick, fast reactions here from Asiamint. I think due to the time zone difference and everything, he's like, right, I need this game over fast. So he's trying to speed run his way through past Luvnest now. Luvnest, though, perfect at controlling tempos of the game, has chosen old Kimbo's urban defense tactics commander, and M42 45mm AT guns at his disposal, some shock poops, and then the good old KV2 for the late game. So it's nice to see we've got some difference from Luvnest there.
Stern Pioneers coming in. Penal battalions behind the tractor. They advance to close quarter combat and lose one of their Soldaten on the way. And that's a bad engagement there for Asiamint. What was he managing elsewhere? A retreat path for the Fallschirmjägers as more penals with that dirty SVT damage.
He's just going to get clear as the red cover pops up, so he's okay. Yeah, he was trying to just extract as much efficiency out of the Fallschirmjäger mid, but the Flamethrower made short work of 3 squads retreating there for Asiamint, so nice engagements from Luvnest.
Foch Grenadiers with the STGs behind the cover. Penal's losing models though. Good positioning from the Foch Grenadiers to protect them.
Yep. And despite having 100-odd munitions, Love doesn't upgrade his second combat engineer with sweepers. I think this is a good old strat. I might be totally wrong and over complicating this, but it's an old way of like getting your veterancy up for rifles and then later applying the sweeper a couple of minutes later.
He's booby trapping the point back there. Interesting. But the Panzer II, Ed, is going to be absolutely brutal. Is he going to have to get... no, he's got Tank Over Battalion Command down, but his fuel is 50, so I'm
a bit disappointed with the Lukes, to be honest. I think go for the double fuel push. You've got absolute supremacy. You've got 6 squads against 4.
Yeah.
Could have gone for the fast P4 GG push, P4 apologist style, but no. He's gone for the safe and tested light vehicles, going building through the ranks and the tech.
I tell you what, Ed, do you know the engagement by the Sherman, which he lost and he had to retreat from? Whatever happened there, micro-wise for Asiamint, was an absolute lost opportunity. If he'd microed that correctly, this game actually could be on its way to being over. But as it is, Luvnest has somehow been able to keep his fuel control, and he's still very much in this battle.
Yeah, and he hugged the Sherman, which is green cover, so the Fallschirmjäger squad was quite clumped. And that's where the Flamethrowers just excel. But here's a better engagement. Coming out of ambush with the Fallschirmjägers on the mid-VP, whilst he gets the triple cap going on the west.
Not too shabby. First of possibly 2 M42s on its way, as is the T70, so Luvnest is trailing surely back in this game, and the Panzer II's not quite having the shot value you would expect it to.
Nope, but it will force a reaction here from... He'll just go, yep, he's going for the old people guns with T70 combo. And I just think that not going to Puma first, or P4 stall.
Oh, there's the... What was that there? I think there was a satchel thrown, was there? Oh, there's the booby trap as well. Fallschirmjäger's in trouble. There's also a mine. This could be a squad wipe. You got to watch that, Ed.
Yep.
Woohoo!
It does have 3 models, so hopefully
Yes, true.
one may get home. Oh, he swept a mine in the middle. Such cheap Soviet mines. He's trying to clear the second one with his loots. But the old M42 with T70 are coming in now.
T70's
Oh, they
trouble.
trip the
Those
mine and they
grenadiers
get
down.
wiped by the T70.
That's what I was saying, Ed. I did say that
unnecessary,
I did say there's a mine and a T70 there, didn't I? You heard me. You heard me
yeah.
right. No, I'm joking. I'm not joking. Of course I am.
Just too much risk there from Asiamint. I think he's just tried to end this too soon.
Yeah, it's, as I say, I mean, it could work 2 ways offering a rematch. Maybe you feel psychologically in control, or maybe you feel hurried that you're trying to get back your old position of power.
Yeah.
The T70 now, Ed, on the west side, that Stern Pioneer's got a terrible retreat path.
The B2 in this meta, I think, gets nothing done, especially if your opponent can get T70 out. I understand the Puma, but he really could have pushed towards tier 4 there early. Got some Obers out and a P4. And it would have just destroyed the army composition of Luvnest. But shock troops coming in. The old Jesus troops, as Empire and Rommel used to call them.
Really?
Yeah, best caster.
I remember that guy. Yeah.
That's what.
He used the old-fashioned UI and he never transitioned to the new one. He just keeps it on the old-fashioned one that covered half the screen kind of thing.
He is great. But that's how I found out about Co2.
Was it really? You were Erwin Rommel baby.
Gave me the best Co2 game of all time was one of the videos, and I watched that, and forever after was calling shock troops Jesus troops and the bullshit Mortar of Doom, as he called the ML120. Yeah, great caster back in the day. I remember him.
Yeah, a lot of people found Co through him, and Pierre Ordain, of course, Amy Pullet, Cypherpunk. All these old casters have lots of babies, and
yeah, get around. But back in this game. Here comes, hopefully, the tier 4. He may have been back-teching for meds, but I don't think he would be. And he does have fixie-fixies up on his mechanized way back in this base, so it's answered the questions of where do you put your trucks on this map. Answer was very safely back in your base on Bocage.
Puma's backed in a corner. Fallschirmjägers versus shock troops. Shock troops decide against it thanks to the nade. Well seen.
Yep.
Luvnest on fire, but fuel is maintained for Asiamint despite this assault.
And suddenly, what Luvnest's anemic-looking infantry build is suddenly fleshed out with a couple of supporting guns and those shock troops. It's really swinging here hard, back in his favour. It's going to be a triple cap to boot for Luvnest coming up as well.
Rear armor hits somehow there from the Puma, as it still takes shots against the Grenadiers, and then a Faust comes in. Puma could pursue. Asiamint's on fire here. He's looking for the T70 destroy. We've got an M42 waiting for him. One more shot required.
He's missed 2 shots already with the Puma. Finally gets the killing blow. There we go. Oh, and Jesus didn't quite totally.
Also, by the way, you've got an M42 out of position in the centre. The Panzer II's causing all kinds of problems as the Sturmgewehrs go wild. We've got a destroyed T70 and a captured AT gun.
Yeah. Luke's finally coming into some prowess and getting some work done with that T70 down. Great pickup there by Luvnest, but by Asiamint, but it just seemed like a bit of a slow reaction from Luvnest there. Unusually so. One last baby AT gun's gonna have to hold the line against live vehicles. He has lost the Fallschirmjäger, so far more wipes in the second game. I think both players just want to get it over with. A Russian thing a bit.
Shock troops coming back onto the field, but they've got a horrendous battle to try and battle against. There's one target they can acquire, the Volksgrenadiers. Luke's does hit the last surviving M42 as we have another T70 in the build as Luvnest is surely in survival mode now, Ed. But Asiamint is not capitalising, is he, right now?
Interesting pullback from the P2 there. He knew nothing else was on the field. There's no PTRS penal has been upgraded. He could have just really pushed in and wiped that last M42 crew and then gone for the shock troops. But another T70 has been built in, which Asiamint wouldn't have known about, so I guess savvy played bringing it back in the end. But Schwer down on the bottom right-hand corner of the map, protecting the fuel for Asiamint.
Nice. Aggressive Schwer as well. I mean, it will
Yeah.
I was going to say it's going to secure him to protect it. I mean, he's just lost 2 first roundies in the north. I was thinking all of his squads would now be kind of branched around there to make sure it can set up properly. But there you go. Panzer authorization's on its way.
The hardest thing about OKW though is your the most expensive teching, I think, and time consuming as well. He's just upgraded his Shred now, so that's going to be a long old time until a P4 due to the light vehicle investment. But he's made it pay off. He's taken out 1 T70. Can he take out the second one?
Could indeed. Rear armor hit, but it's a long way to go as the M42 repositions. We've also got PTRS on one of the penals.
Yep, finally been upgraded. I think he needed that, did Luvnest. He can keep the anti-infantry prowess with the T70 and the shocks.
Grenade over the hedge, perhaps? No, he just fakes it. Meanwhile, the M42 with a fantastic long-range effort there around the bush.
This is where I'd like to see like MLG 420 Blazer conscript used now from Luvnest, just for the mergers, helping out of, you know, grabbing weapon crews that get decrewed. I think they could be really useful. So you've got the penals, but you're also going to secure a bit of the late game with a 7-man conscript.
T70 just giving the Stern Pioneers more of a reason to keep running. As we see a little bit of battle lines drawn yet again. Similar victory point count, although Asiamint's certainly gotten more capital this game. He's not actually been able to consolidate his attack, as the OKW announcer says.
But those Fallschirmjägers are so low. I think that's going to be a T70 sniper.
Yes!
They were so close.
But the Puma watches on, trying to avenge them, and the M42 gets it through the smoke. That's a double loss there for Asiamint. He doubled down on his problems and made them twice as bad.
That two Pooper gun take a bow. So we saw a lapse in concentration for Luvnest earlier, losing 42, and then boom, payback with dividends. Asiamint just loses 2 key units there. Fallschirmjäger and a Puma. Rough stuff now for OKW. Using his cutoff as well, just to insult injury. Oh no, it's not a full cutoff. Could be alright. MG34 cancelled in getting a Vakedon instead. This T70 now suddenly becomes a medium tank-esque in terms of its fear factor and power on the battlefield.
T70 indeed is going to be able to be a lot more aggressive, but there is that Schwer. I don't think he knows it's there quite yet, does he?
Don't think he's seeing it, nope. But one thing he will be thinking about is KV2 is coming up ahead, just 1 CP away.
It's a badass in this meta. I don't know if you've noticed. I know it had a little bit of a traversal buff and stuff like that, but
still wipes like no tomorrow on OKW squads and weapon crews.
The Soviet refrigerator on tracks, the Stalin hammer, a howitzer in a box. It's,
Bosch fridge, stolen technology by the Soviets. But yeah, all cheeky. It's shock troops as well, hiding behind that side blocker of the house. That's good game sense there from Luvnest. Goes for a 3rd penal, weird flex, but must be liking them today.
Now he knows it's there. There you go. Yep, put some more in the clip, boys, because that's you're going to need them. Look at all these bodies strewn across the battlefield. The shock troops are uncovered. And they go straight back into their hidey hole there. And the Lux has a little poke around. Maybe he's repositioning the M42. Of course he is. It's bloody Luvnest.
And I like this read from Luvnest. He knows this Volks squad is out of position, not going to have much screen or cover. So he just pokes over with his T70. He could even recap the VP if he wanted it with the T70. At that one.
Yeah, recon mode, of course.
Good micro in there. Oh, and sends back 2 Volks Grenadiers. So just a nice, simple read there from Luvnest. Pays dividends in map control. Asiamint now.
Gone.
I was just going to say he's about 30 fuel from a P4. I think he'll have to go it now, even though it's a 20-minute P4 coming in. He just needs something to hold the line. Yeah, not ideal.
It's never nice when you see the guy that showed the good sportsmanship not having quite as good of a game in game 2. Doesn't quite feel right, but that's where we're at.
But it's not over yet. We've seen this ebb and flow, seesaw back and forth already. We thought Asiamint had the upper hand with a bit of a Luvnest throw, and then whomping back with 2 big wipes was Luvnest, showing why he is former GCS champion, won so many prestigious 1v1 tournaments and awards.
Triple victory point count for Luvnest right now.
Yep.
He's in position. He's got his elite troops. I mean, I agree with you. Merge would have been quite nice just to keep some of these on the battlefield.
Just one utility squad, you know, they have so many abilities. They're cheap capping, they can lay trip flare mines for vision. I think they're quite good to add in as a late game utility unit, but here we go. The Lukes has somehow survived though, out of everything that for Asiamint. It will be the P4 locked in. T70 stuck around too long, got a second hit right in the schnoz from the Raketten, has to back out.
And Asiamint's back. He's got claiming the central victory point as we speak. Got an uncovered combat engineer who's been on mining duty, so that Lux does not want to pursue, because you just know how many mines. Oh, does he? You just know how many mines Luvnest has planted.
A lot of mines over there, yeah. But he's going to find them all. Doing good work with the sweepers. Nearly vet 2 for that added repair buff as well.
For Luvnest, of course, we're going to see a T-34 76mm. Which is going to hit after the Panzer IV, but he already has his anti-tank, and there it is, hitting Veteran C3 now, the machine gun M42.
A basic T-34 76 is the order for Luvnest, so he thinks he was too far away from the KV2, needs something just to sturdy things up in the meanwhile. I think that's a bit of breathing room, to be honest, for Asiamint.
Yeah, I mean, Luvnest will have a little bit more expanse, but it's not going to have the same effect as the KV2 would have about 6 or 7 minutes later.
Yep, and fun fact, I just gave everybody fake news. I don't know if anybody picked it up in chat. It's actually Vet 3 to get faster fixing. So.
Oh, Ed.
Oh well, my bad.
So we're going to have to stop the
I'll learn
tournament
this
there,
game.
I'm afraid, everybody. No, I'm sorry. No, I'm joking.
It's off. Another rematch.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry, Asiamint, Luvnest. We need a redo.
Now it all comes down to the medium tanks, which have had a small buff in this patch of a smaller target size, so can get quite hilarious with AT guns, just wildly missing a point-blank medium tank. So keep your eyes out for that one. As the OKW P4 pushes forward, doesn't know if there's any mines there, but hell, Rudek's late there and he just wants to end this stuff, it seems. He's got a Raketten backing it up and a P2 on the flank. Nice control push here from Asiamint.
Yeah, he's holding the line well, Ed. He's got a nice push-up from Panzer IV, and these penal battalions are bloody low. Will he go for a finished job?
Doesn't go for the word, no. But this M42, which can...
One M42, the Stern Pioneers might make short work of that 3 vet there.
Yeah, I would concentrate all firepower on that thing.
Get rid of it.
The amount it pens for the caliber that it is, it's so efficient. Oh, Volkswagen that side, yep. You might see him die, but the T-70 for once doesn't get the final snipe. And a P4 and Obers was the order. Thank you, Asiamint.
Yes, and the Panzer IV is doing great work. T-34 is pushed away. Meanwhile, Volkswagen are taking the cut off. Asiamint's back, baby.
T-34 was on 1 HP. P4 didn't have prioritized vehicles, so shot at the engineers as the T-34 went out of vision. Slight little mishap there for Asiamint.
Hey, nice. He's just found the shock troops out in the open. He used the minesweepers to get the Panzer II into position, and the shock troops are hurrying away. Also, the Rakettenwerfer just to protect them. So
Good considered play here now, yeah. And he's got an MG34 in the mid VP, so it's shoring up again for Asiamint, despite losing his Puma. It's bouncing back here in the, I would say 25 minutes onwards is the late game portion of the matchups, and Airborne Assault now unlocks, so some good old stupid fun.
I think it goes early games the first 10 minutes. You got your mid game, and then you got your late game, and then what you have is the super late game with all the heavy tanks and the bullshit abilities.
Where you wish you were USF and you could just have endless poker.
Here comes 2 penal battalions, the 42's still alive somehow. Focus Grenadiers might not be in the same position for much longer. Panzer IV's watching on it. Bounces a shot. God. Sorry, Penal Battalion's push in.
Oh, this is cheeky from Luvnest now. He is pushing into the MG34 a bit too far, but I think the old Obers didn't come around the flank. They came in from head on. They need to get thinking about their movement for the next time. That could have been a wipe there.
Really unfortunate for Asiamint that he's not been able to use his one Stern Pioneer squad. And this is always the problem with OKW, to plant loads of mines in the north. I mean, when do you find the time?
Yeah. Yep. It's key. OKW, if you lose your Stern Pyres, really does hurt, because it's 300 manpower just to get a new crew back. But this will be an interesting decision now for Asiamint. Does he stall for Panther? Go absolute bonkers and mega stall for KT? Or pull out another P4 or JP4 like last game?
It's interesting for certain.
I think JP4 is a pretty good bet, especially against KV2. Snipe away at range on it.
Yeah, I think you're good with either of those decisions. I'm also thinking with the munitions. I was looking at munitions he's got. I mean, airborne assault isn't amazing, but it's not bad either. If you want those extra Fallschirmjägers, that's the problem.
You really need a snare first, and then boom, pop that airborne assault. So then the Stukas, well, the enemy tank stays within the Stuka range for longer, you know, just to maximize that ability. But a sneaky Vet 1 Raketten, redone last patch. They were redone to 5-man crews, and
yeah, 2 patches ago now with
Vet 1 camouflage. Yep,
extra range as well. I think they're much more like an AT gun and not some kind of James Bond gadget weapon or something, or whatever the hell they were before.
Now when you got two racks running your Katyushas down behind enemy line. It was quite a fun minigame though, just to see how far they'd get.
So, combat engineers battling hard against Vet 3 Focus Grenadiers in the north. Meanwhile, T-34 faces off against a Panzer IV that's destroying the house there, backing it in.
Yeah,
we're getting to decision-making territory now, Ed. We've got a lot of fuel in the bag for both players as the Panzer IV shows that rear for way too long.
I mean, I would go Panther just because I'm pretty basic bitch at this game and I completely forget that JP4 ever exists. But on this map, like, with Bocage, it's just mass openness in the middle. JP4 would be a good little sniper of an anti-tank.
Notice that Luvnest didn't take any chances by building another Zis. He went for the M42s instead. It's quite funny, isn't it?
Oh, SU-85 though locked in for Luvnest, yeah. I mean, all these little micro decisions that have...
Oh, I'll tell you what. This Panzer II's low.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got a main gun destroyed as well. M42 can attack him across the river and gets it. That is a misplay from Asiamint, but Luvnest with a good play, keeping the pressure on, keeping the attack rounds in, and he gets his luck there.
Weird flex why the Raketten was retreated. It became Vet 2. He could have stayed around for an extra couple of shots on T-34, but safety first now for Asiamint. He's realized this isn't going to be a quick ruffle stomp of a game. It's going to go late. What
is this M42? I think I'm with you, Ed. I would throw all of my energy into getting rid of that Veterancy 3. It's killing me right now. If I'm Asiamint, and there he does! Obersoldat with the moral victory. They get it.
Yeah, finally Vet 1. They take forever to vet up, do Obers. I mean, if any other unit had 10 kills, they'd be like Vet 10 by now. And it is the Panther chosen for Asiamint, so he knows KV2 would be there eventually. It's a good choice, I think. Nice flank and shank potential with the Panther. It's got a turret, high durability, and if it hits on the move, then you're all golden.
Certainly are. And here's that SU-85. Panzer IV's in trouble.
Oh, miss from a P4. That was rough. Doesn't have enough damage now to damage the engine. Yeah, unfortunate there for Asiamint. You just got to reset, you know. Play a bit of Battle Bros, you know. When you don't get your hit, just reset, pull back, try again, make another opportunity.
T-34's in trouble now because the Panther's reared its ugly head. And there we go, Panzer IV from the sides takes it out, but now it's the Panzer IV's turn to be in trouble as the SU-85's coming down.
As well.
But here they are, some of Goering's finest from the skies above. We've got focus fire mode, the isosceles triangle of death for Luvnest as he sees his prey. He needs one more shot. Will he get it? No, he won't.
That 2P4 side's getting just in the nick of time, keeps it alive. Panther missed at point-blank range again. Case in point, it was even stationary.
But the Stukas don't miss with a huge volley. Panthers now about to hit that final shot as Luvnest throws in the towel. And it's GG, well played, Asiamint into the semi-final. Isolation has you feeling blue. There's only one thing left to do. The patch is out, let's play Co2. It's the CoHrona Cup.
So that's 2-0, right?
It is 2-0 indeed, and Asiamint with a fantastic show of sportsmanship. He didn't have to give anybody any rematches, but he chose to. And then with that courage of his convictions and his psychological positivity, he was able to carry himself through to victory. So well played. A true finalist has emerged.
Indeed. Whew. What a game there, Matt. What I especially like was just the ebb and flow of that mid-game. It looked like Asiamint had kind of thrown away his commanding lead, but just brought it back with that P4 play. Even though he got unfortunate misses, he still made it work, especially the timing of the Panther coming to back up the Raket, and that was juicy from Asiamint there. And he's just knocked out one of the best 1v1 players ever of all time in Co2. So he's got to be feeling pretty proud at 1 or 2 a.m. of that achievement. Definitely. We know it's not quite Luvnest, but he's a bit more rusty, shall we say, than lack of practice on the new maps and this new patch. But still, you can't take anything away from Asiamint's performance there.
Completely agree with you, Ed. Completely agree. As the only thing I'd add is I think Luvnest is the best Co2 player of all time. I think most people would vote and say that would be the case. You know, some people might say other players like Nagano, Devam, etc. But no, Luvnest has won the two of the biggest events we've ever had: the World Championship and of course GCS 1. Talisman's got the one big tournament win, Tomikaze, but Luvnest has more than that. He's won ESL, both NA and EU in the same day, for example. And Asiamint just took him out in fantastic fashion whilst giving him a rematch he did not have to give him. So a big credit to Asiamint there. And Luvnest in chat says GG with his nice emote there. Love Derp, awfully nice guy. And you've got to say so, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, not only did he wait around to see if Luvnest could kill the AT gun in decent time, he then offered him a rematch anyway. That's lovely. That's really nice.
I like how long it took us to derp around and realize what's going on. It's like, next level strategy, decrewing your